I just got out of the shower and boy, are my cheeks red. Speaking of cheeks, Fani Willis thinks that she caught a kraken and really totally backfired. She got a nothing burger. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where all the happy people are. Come hang out with us. Give us a sub. Don't be shy. Let us know what you think in the comments. This is from Leslie McAdoo Gordon from The Federalist. Great article on why Fani Willis, this is a total backfire. It ends up revealing that they have nothing on Trump. Georgia DA offers nothing burger plea deals to build parade of witnesses for later show trials. I just want you to remember that headline because that really is what this is all about. There is no legitimate prosecutorial reason for Fani Willis to have struck these particular plea deals. They're a means to an end. I'll translate that for you. All of these plea deals that they're doing with Fani Willis, Jenna Ellis, Chesborough, they're nothing because they're not even going to get information out of them. They're just made to visually parade them in front of a jury to say, look, these people all pled guilty. It's an implication that therefore Trump did something guilty. That's it. The pleas were with three prominent lawyers of the post-2020 election challenges, Sidney Powell, Kenneth Chesborough, and Jenna Ellis. Each was charged with multiple felonies, including the lead RICO count, that's the big one, racketeering, carrying potential maximum penalties of many years of incarceration. The indictment purports to allege serious felonies based on serious wrongdoing that supposedly threaten the very fabric of our democracy. But you wouldn't think so from the actual deals Willis struck. There is no legitimate prosecutorial reason for Willis to have struck these particular deals. Rather, these deals are designed to bolster the perceived but not the real strength of her case against the key defendants, both now via the media and later by parading a string of guilty co-defendants as witnesses before the jury and on televisional ad, because remember, Fani Willis wants this thing televised. That's what I mean by this is pure marketing, not to get Trump thrown in jail, but to affect an election. That is the sole goal, not justice. They do not care about justice. This is marketing. Prosecutors dropped charges and jail time. Powell pleaded guilty to 7 misdemeanors and no felonies, and the prosecutors moved to dismiss the 7 felonies, including the RICO count they had charged against her. Chesborough pled guilty to 1 felony, and the prosecutors moved to dismiss the remaining 6 felonies they had charged him with in the indictment, including the RICO count. That's the big one. Ellis pleaded guilty to a newly tailored felony count of aiding and abetting another defendant, Rudy Giuliani, in his alleged making of false statement. And the prosecutors moved to dismiss the 2 felonies charged against her, including the RICO count. So in this case, the prosecution, they're saying, remember the RICO count we were accusing you of, which is a very serious racketeering, very serious crime. You're right. Just kidding. Nothing. We found nothing. None of these 3 defendants will spend 1 day in jail or have a conviction on their records for their role in supposedly undermining American democracy itself. See, they don't care about undermining American democracy. Fani Willis does not. Because if these people are all guilty of it, she'd have gone after them. She didn't, because they do not care. Because this is not about undermining the fabric of America. This is about winning an election against Donald Trump. This is the best part right here. When a prosecutor charges multiple serious felonies and offers plea deals for significantly less serious charges, carrying no jail time and the opportunity to have the entire case cleared off the defendant's record, it is usually a clear sign that the prosecutor, Fani Willis, has overcharged the case and was not going to be able to prove the charges as alleged if forced to go to trial on them. You hear that? She has no evidence against Trump. They have nothing against Trump. Therefore, they had to parade all these witnesses by. That's the only good they're going to get out of it. Doesn't mean he's going to win. He could still go to jail, but they want to try and buttress up as big of a false case against him as possible just to cover their own fannies. The prosecutors won't argue to the jury that Trump, Giuliani, or Eastman are guilty just because Powell, Chesborough, and Ellis, and potentially others by then, plead guilty. They don't have to argue that. They'll simply parade a line of witnesses who've all pled guilty to something in this case before the jury, and the jury will get the message. Thus, the true purpose of these nothing burger pleas is revealed, not to acquire evidence to present, but to create a guilty parade now and in the trial to come. So Sidney Powell pled guilty, and really she knew it was for nothing. She knew she could plead guilty. She wasn't going to have to give any information over to Fani Willis. They did not get her emails. We all know they pled guilty because the state is corrupt, is a bunch of Democrats overcharging defendants purely for political purposes. I'm Doug in Exile.